Okay, I'm back again to talk about this. Yo, it's one thing. I know I didn't do my interest right. We just came up out the water. Be happy with it. Like, subscribe, comment. You mean to tell me not only are you firing, well, not only are you getting rid of the Superman, one of the best Supermans of my generation, because we only had two, well, three. The one from Supergirl, the one from Superman Returns, and Man of Steel. Now, if you're taking Henry Cavill away from being Superman and you're going to give us Michael B. Jordan as Superman? What? Huh? Oh my God. Now, let's get this straight. I have no problem with there being a black or Superman of different ethnicity. He could be Asian or whatever. But they already have characters that are specific to those storylines. China has Special Man, which is the Chinese version or the Asian version of Superman. Then you have, Icon. Icon is the black version of Superman. He has all the powers and tangibles of Superman. Probably just a little bit stronger in some areas. Like he's a scientist, PhD, multiples, and all that good jazz. But if you was to do this, first thing you would have to do is negate everything you have ever done in the universe. Your universe started with a Caucasian Superman. If you're going to change that to a black Superman, that means you have to do everything that you have done about Superman. You have to go change his father. You have to change his mother, his uncles, the planet of Krypton itself. I'm just saying. House of L. I don't know, bro. I just don't feel it. No, don't get me wrong. He is a phenomenal actor. I mean, you sit here and you tell me who was the best actor in Fantastic Four. He's the second best actor in Chronicles, aside from the main character who died. Fruitvale Station, phenomenal. Let me put it to you like this. Every movie that he has ever played in, you feel an emotional connection to. Whether it's Black Panther or Fruitvale Station or even Friday Night Lights. I've been watching Michael B. Jordan since Friday Night Lights, bro. And let me tell y'all, his acting is so good that no matter what he's playing, he gives you an emotional attachment to that character. People don't talk about this movie enough. The movie with him, Michael B. Jordan, Zac Efron, and I forgot the third guy, but it was called That Awkward Moment. I felt him that whole movie. That whole movie is basically you can get a job, get the perfect girl, and treat her as good as cotton candy. You can treat her as good as your leather and ride her as much as your Harley. Yes, I stole that from Sons of Anarchy. But it's all dependent on what she wants and how she feels. And at the point in time, she didn't want him, and he was still trying, and he had to open up his eyes to see that she wasn't there for him. And when he opened up his eyes to see she wasn't there for him, he got something better. But back to what I was saying, a black Superman, that means, I don't know, I feel like him and Lois Lane, if they kept the current Lois Lane, that chemistry would be off. Not because one is black and one is white. Come on now, y'all. Grow up. This is 2018. Color doesn't matter. Her connection works well with Henry Cavill Superman. Henry Cavill Superman is a guy who is all powerful, but at the same time upset and outcast and sad about being all powerful. I'm saying there's pros and cons. Pros to being all powerful: you are all powerful. You can't be defeated. Cons: you will outlive everyone you know. You could just a millisecond of strength too strong, you can crush anybody you love. There's no one on this planet that will understand you except for your uncle who you killed. Wonder Woman, maybe, because she's half god. And then Aquaman, maybe, because he's a descendant of Poseidon, which is a god. So, all that being said, if you throw in Michael B. Jordan as Superman, there's a lot about his background and his character you will have to change. I mean, for me. I mean, like, for instance, if he grew up in Kansas, I'm gonna just be honest. I live in Missouri, okay? I've been to Kansas a couple of times, plenty of times. Kansas is like our neighbor. Just say it could be difficult in Kansas. They don't make it easy in Kansas. You know what I'm saying? Kansas is a state of. It's weird. It's like a country southern state with southern hospitality, but also the rough edges of a city. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird combination, and it's hard. Sometimes it can be hard to navigate yourself through Kansas because it's different places you're allowed and different places you're not. Some people appreciate and love you, and certain people won't. That's just how Kansas is, and I love Kansas, but at the same time, it's Kansas. So if he grows up in Kansas, Smallville, small town, I mean, there's just a lot that goes into it that you will have to change. For instance, how did Lex Luthor and him become friends? I mean, I feel it would have to be different from him and Clark becoming friends, because to step out of your circle, even with the Clark, even if Clark is white, I feel like that it should be an interesting story of how they become friends, because rich people don't just step out their circle and mess with middle class people. You know what I'm saying? He's a farmer having a good friend relationship with one of the richest men in the world. So I don't know. I feel like his age, like how young he is, it would throw off Ben Affleck. That means, okay, like they say Batman has been doing this for 20 years in his universe. Why? And then you're planning on rebooting him too? Like, I'm confused. Listen, this is my thing. This is my thing with it. You don't have, if you want your cast to be more diverse, to reach more audiences, you don't change something that has been the same for centuries just because. You know what I'm saying? For instance, Domino, Deadpool 2, they didn't change her to black because, I mean, they didn't. She wasn't a white character who they changed to black. She was a blue character who they gave a realistic color. That's all I'm saying. Like Zoe Saldana, you can't tell me if Gamora is black or white. She's freaking green. But if that one is different, if you didn't stick to the content on that one, I feel like that one would be different. Just because she is an alien. Mutants and aliens are different. Let's keep that in mind. If you don't understand, if you wanted a more diverse cast in the proper way, you should have followed the blueprint. The blueprint is bring out your characters one by one. Why would you start with Batman and Superman? Don't even give Batman his own movie. You make him fight Superman, which makes no. Oh, God, do you not? I don't think they understand how it feels to watch this movie. Like, if you're making this movie, at some point you got to sit back and be like, that doesn't make sense. That's kind of stupid. You made Man of Steel, right? And then you made Batman versus Superman, which is basically Batman's vision of what happened in Man of Steel at the beginning. Like I said in my last video, it doesn't give Batman the right to go out murdering people. And I need to know, was he murdering people before Superman came? Was he out here doing the same thing he's doing? He's been Batman for 20 years, so how many years have you been killing people? Where's the police? Where's the army? They don't care that this man is out killing 10 people at minimum a night. He's killing at least 10 people a night. And that's the least that he can go. But nobody's even spoken a word about it. The commissioner still talks to this man. He brands people and kills them. Whether you're right, wrong, whether you stole something from somebody or you deal drugs or whatever, as the commissioner of police, if this man kills me, you're obligated to find out who murdered me and why, and put them in jail. That is your job. That is what you signed up for. Not to be talking to the nigga that you know killed me. So I feel like that's stupid. And then if you have a young Superman but an old Batman, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Batman won't be able to keep up with the clique if he fucking 40 years old. I'm just saying, if you're gonna give us a 40-year-old Batman, you might as well give us Terry McGinnis. I mean, I prefer Damian Wayne, but we can get Terry McGinnis because Batman Beyond is an actual character. Damian Wayne hasn't took on the mantle of Batman yet. He's race. So what I'm saying is, I think it would be a bad and a horrible move. If you want more diversity, make Michael B. Jordan Icon. Make Michael B. Jordan Martian Manhunter. You know what I'm saying? There are multiple African-American characters that he could play. Hell, make him motherfucking Static Shock. You can make me Static Shock. I'll be happy about that. Aqualad. There are many characters that he could play in your universe. Why are you limiting him to the one character that's going to get him hecka black backlash? I mean, Luke is a black. Is the first black kid raised by Batman. And he doesn't want, he's not a Robin. I don't even know what he is. He has a black and yellow costume. I'm still trying to figure out what Luke name is. Is it Batwing? Or are those two different characters? They might be two different characters. But I'm just saying, like, there's so many other, you have one of the most diverse casts. I mean, universes of all time. In my opinion, of all time. Just about everybody in that universe has a sidekick of some proportion that could be from a different place. What's his name? What is his name? Green Arrow has Roy Harper, who could easily be an Irish ginger. You know what I'm saying? You have Aquaman, Black Aqualad, or White Aqualad, or Asian Aqualad. It could go either three ways. You know what I'm saying? Aqualad is Aqualad. Then you got freaking how many? You got so many Robins that you can go 2 white, 2 Asian, 1 American Asian. Like you can switch it up between those because he has so many sons and daughters. In my opinion, who else is a great superhero that has Martian Manhunter? Has Mrs. Manhunter? Has Miss Martian? You got I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just rambling off the brain. You got Bumblebee, you got Cyborg, you got Rocket, you got Icon. There's so many characters he could play that you don't even have to destroy the worthless universe that you have right now. Like I said, I'm team DC all the way. But at the same time, if you're going to give me crap to watch, then I'm going to call you out on it. Don't try to ruin this man's career by making him play Superman. And if Michael B. Jordan, if you ever see this, do not play that character. That will not be a good look for you to play Superman. Playing Superman. To me, playing Superman is like playing the greatest white person that ever existed in the history of white people. I'm just saying, like, he's a beacon of hope. Truth, justice, and American way. Superman has always been Superman. You can't change him. I will feel the same way. Even though I'm a black man, I will feel the same way if you made a black Batman. Why would you do that? It's not original. I love that, like, certain people, yes, Deadshot. Perfect. I have no problem with him being black. I love seeing black men portrayed in different ways and different layers. When I say different layers, yes, he's a killer. He's a killer for hire. But he does it for one reason only, to give his daughter the life that he never had. And if you can't understand that, hopefully you don't got kids. I don't know, y'all. For me, I think that it's just real stupid. Like, bro, you have a great Superman, and you have arguably a great Batman, arguably the greatest Batman. You have arguably the greatest version of both of them ever. The only thing that you could have hoped for that you can't get right now is Heath Ledger. If you would have had Heath Ledger right now playing Joker, oh my mama, You would have been and skyrocketed past him if you have wrote it right. If you had wrote it right. Now I'm sitting here like, so if you take out Batman and Superman, and you know they redoing it with Flashpoint or whatever, I don't get how this doesn't mess up everything. If, especially you're gonna take out, how are you gonna make a Supergirl movie with Michael B. Jordan as Superman? How does that happen? If they're blood cousins, how does that even happen? You know what I'm saying? True. How is she younger as a teenager? As a teenage girl, she is either on Krypton or floating around the sun. There is no way in heck she's out and about on Earth doing anything as a teenager. That is physically impossible, and it's stupid. If anybody does that, that is stupid. Every version of Supergirl is younger, yet she's older, yet mentally younger than Clark because she hasn't lived basically life for 15 years. She's been circling the sun for 15 years or some shit like that. Like, she hasn't even, when they left Krypton, he got to Earth, she went around the sun, kept circling. She never landed. And then when she did land, she was a teenager. She's younger than him mentally, physically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really upset about it because I'm a DC fan. Blue Beetle, Black Beetle, Green Beetle. Like, come on. How is it that your animations are better than your live actions? I'm not coming for y'all. And I'm not trying to send for y'all. I'm just asking, as a fan, as a person that's really passionate about this, how did you mess that up? How is Young Justice better than your whole universe? I ain't even seen the third season. I'm talking about first two seasons. How's the first two seasons of Young Justice? Matter of fact, how's Teen Titans versus the Justice League? How does Teen Titans Judas Contract? How does all your animated movies? Yes, I've seen them all. Even Batman, was it Batman Monsters, Batman Bad Blood, all of them. I watched them all. And I have yet to see a movie that keeps me excited and on the edge of my seat like your animated movies. I'm sorry. Hopefully Aquaman would do it for me. It's a new world, new type of view. In fact, I felt like you should have started with, Flash. Me personally, because you've been hyping up a Flash movie for over 10 years. Before a Flash TV show was even out, they were selling cups at Quick Trip with the Flash on it, like they were coming out with a movie. So I'm just trying to let y'all know they should have started with Flash or Wonder Woman, either or. Great. And move on down the line. How do you create a universe without giving Batman his own movie? I just want to know, how the fuck did what happened in his life? That's one thing I don't like about movies about Batman. They feel like they could just skip over the most important parts of his life and just make him Batman. That's why I really like the trilogy, because they at least showed him training once. Do y'all notice they don't never show Batman training? They just be like, oh, his parents dead, funeral, he grew up. What happened? That's why I have a little respect for Gotham, but not a lot. I say not a lot because this dude, basically everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows who's going to be. Catwoman knows Batman. Ra's al Ghul knows who Batman will be. Like, that's the only part, the pet peeve I have with it is that these people already know who Batman is. Basically, they're sitting here training with him or training him to be what he is to become. So that's why I have a problem with it, a little bit. Because the one thing about Batman is his secret. He's a very secretive person. But anyway, man, like, comment, subscribe. I could be on here for an hour, but I'm not gonna hold y'all like that. So like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Aqua Dread. I'm out.